My name is Trevor Ivey, and I teach 7th and 8th grade science and pro team here at Alice Drive Middle School in Sumter County School District, where I am a proud product. This is where I was born and raised and went through the public school system here in Sumter and got a fabulous, fabulous public education. And at Lakewood High School, I had the honor of being a teacher cadet. And it brings chills to my spine just talking about my teacher cadet experience, because I am now the pro team instructor here at Alice Drive Middle School, which is the middle school version of teacher cadets. But teacher cadets really sealed the deal for me to go into teaching. I was an undergraduate at the University of South Carolina, and that is where I earned my bachelor's degree in education. And the conclusion of my experience at USC, I knew that I wanted to be the change that I wanted to see in this world. I launched my teaching career here in Sumter County. I have a passion for my community. This is the community that raised me, and my parents always taught me the importance of giving back to your community. So coming back to Sumter was no question for me. And so that's what led me here to Alice Drive Middle School, where I've been for the last 3 years. Good morning, USC Gamecock Scholars. Good morning, Mr. Ivey. I am here and ready to climb the mountain to college today with a positive attitude. Scholars, today is Monday. Monday. It is Monday. TG, I am. Thank God it's Monday. It's a brand new day to make a difference in someone's life. The teaching profession has changed drastically in just the 6 years that I have been a teacher. You know, we're still in a heightened era of standards and accountability, but there's been a huge shift in many different directions, and I think directions for the good in theory. You know, in the past, we were so afraid of differentiation of instruction, but now it's common language, right? You know, we are here to meet the needs of all children and not just a select few. And we're moving in a direction where we have these 21st century skills that our scholars, our students, are supposed to be acquiring to be truly competitive, you know, on the global stage. And those skills like communication, group work, getting along with others, and arguing your answers and not persuasion. The power is in the process, right? And so we're moving in a direction you know, where the process is more important, not the final destination. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what our data shows. Let me see who's using those phones correctly. Let me see. All right, Christopher's got his. Oh, Grant's got his turn down. Love it, love it. Let's drive that truck. Let's give him the way to go, good buddy. Honk, honk, way to go, good buddy. You know the eyes of the school are upon us if we're going to get with 21st century technology. Class? Yes. Class, class, class. Yes, yes, yes. All right, the instructional practices that I utilize in my classroom in room 132 here at Alice Drive Middle School are really grounded in my 5 core beliefs. The first core belief is that, you know, the scholars that I teach come first and foremost. My second core belief is that parents are my partners. They are the VIPs. They're very important people. I cannot do the job alone without their help. And the third core belief that I have is victory is what I strive for in the classroom. My fourth core belief is my leadership and holding myself accountable for that victory is what's going to be our shared keys to success. And my final core belief is that it takes the entire community to educate the child. And so these 5 core beliefs, while, you know, they're just words on a paper, they govern every professional action that I take. In my classroom, it's very structured. It's very routine-oriented. When you come into my classroom, you see big letters emblazoned in bright colors on the front of the room that spell reach plus slant equals college. Because regardless of where you see yourself as a scholar in room 132 going when you finish high school, from 7:30 to 3:30, you are going to be college oriented. You know, we say the word college 10 times at least in every class. And those letters are more than just, you know, painted on the wall. You know, reach is all about respect. The E is for enthusiasm, the A is for achievement, the C is for citizenship, and with hard work and all of the rest of those ingredients, plus slanting, sitting up, listening, asking and answering questions, nodding your head, tracking the speaker is what's going to get us to college. And so those are the basic, the basic guide to how, I instruct the scholars in my classroom. Step 1, problem. Step 2, design. Step 3, implement. And then step 4, I said who? Step 4. How many steps are there? 4. What's this whole thing about? Technological design. Something that makes our lives easier. We got a number 1, problem. Number 2, design. Love it, Dr. Anthony. Number 3, implement. In room 132, when we start the new year off, I've got the success of my scholars in my mind over summer break. And so the first and most important thing that I have to do so that I can have a successful story is to reach out to the parents. That's core belief number 2 now. They're my partners, to learn about their scholar. And so what we do is I reach out to them with postcards first, and then I go to phone calls, and we set up what I call hopes and dreams meetings. And we have these conversations, these structured conversations around hopes and dreams. We start to build that trust, that relationship. And I could tell you about many different success stories that I've written and journaled about in my journal, but I'd like to share with you briefly a story about a young man named Michael. He has a learning disability, Asperger's syndrome, and I had never, didn't know much about it, didn't have a real clear understanding. He's different, but just like I tell all of my children, we're all different. We all have unique things that make us whole. And so Michael really struggled his first year here at the middle school, switching, changing classes, keeping up with the demands of 7 different teachers. And in this year, there has been just a remarkable change in Michael, this scholar who went from pounding his head on his desk when he didn't get something right, to being okay and accepting the fact that he too, even though his IQ level is way higher than mine, he too makes mistakes, and we're here together, right? We're in it together to learn. That's a phrase that I use a lot in room 132, is that we're in it together. Michael has now embraced the process rather than the final destination. You're going to turn to your neighbor when we're ready to go, Dr. Pereira, and you're going to teach them the 4 steps of technological design. Are we clear?
Crystal.
Teach.
Okay.
And implement is where you just implement the design and the...
Like you have to implement the design.
Check, check. Yes, yes. All right, take us to our next slide. Let's find out what is our problem. You already know the 4 steps of the problem. So today, scholars, I said today you are going to be explaining those 4 steps. When visitors come into room 132 here at Alice Drive Middle School, they never walk away most impressed with the style in which I present my lessons. They never walk away most impressed with the cleverness of the wall decorations. What they do walk away with is something that you can't touch, you can only feel. And it's something that's missing in room 132, and it's fear. When they see my scholars and I in action on stage, as I call it every day, they see a trusting relationship that I and my VIPs, my very important parents, core belief number 2, it's all about making the parents a partner in this journey. And so when you walk in, you feel the trust, you feel the risk-taking, you feel the comfort level that, okay, I'm here to learn, but there's no fear, there's trust. Eyes tracking the speaker, and let's see who's ready. All right, looking good. Teaching is so rewarding because it's who I am. It's entrenched in my DNA. It makes up who I am. And in teaching from the true identity and integrity of my heart, others around me, including scholars, my colleagues, and even my VIPs, are able to search deep down inside their hearts, to step outside of their comfort zone, to grow, to be positively changed, and to want that desire to learn. That's why I teach. We're going to do something to the wings, So we've identified a different variable that we're going to change. How many variables do you have in a scientific experiment? Three. What are they? Control, independent, and dependent. Control. If I have the honor of being the next South Carolina State Teacher of the Year, my message of importance to the 50,000 colleagues that I have this awesome opportunity to represent is that we have so much to be proud of in our field. We can look directly at the data. We're making gains here in South Carolina. Don't let folks talk bad about our state in the grocery store. When you hear these conversations, it is up to us to spark that conversation, to get it going in a direction of pride. And as much as we have to be proud of right here in the Palmetto State with public education, there are tremendous challenges that lie ahead for my colleagues and I. We have to not be afraid of those challenges. We have to surround ourselves with positive colleagues and positive folks that are going to help us search deep within our hearts. And they're going to help us to take risks, to step out of their comfort zone, to dance like no one's watching, and to grow in the journey, and to be, that change agent that we need. Our children are asking and they're seeking for positive role models, and the role model is the person that's standing in front of that classroom. That would be my message.